Kisumu at the Youth Empowerment Center next to Rotary. Thank you.
Now, who is now Lily Kasembele beyond being a founder?
Lily is, I'd say, a young and old version of one thing. I am a child who was brought up believing in charity. From a very tender age, I grew up learning that supporting the community is very key. My parents were very keen on helping people in community. They ran a hospital in Bungoma, and that did not limit them to just ensuring it was all about money. You would find that community members there, most of them were relatives, would be challenged financially. And that's how I got to learn about charity work, because for them, it was more about giving than taking. And apart from that, Lily is a person who loves enjoying herself, and I'm very receptive. Many a times I'm told I don't have the spirit of discernment. I trust very quickly. You come into my space, I listen to you, and I will be very ready to help you. I don't dig back and look at who is this person, what do they bring to the table, but come with a problem, whether positive or negatively, I'll be there to support you. And I've been told that is a very big mistake, because most of the times I've really been exploited by friends, by workmates, but that hasn't deterred me from helping people. I still do it because I say this provision comes from above. And regardless of what someone does for you, just keep giving. Yeah, the reward will be in heaven. Yes.
Now, I know there must be something that must have inspired you, so that at least you establish, or maybe you bring up this foundation that is Zuwi Afya CBO. Now, what are some of these things that maybe inspired you to bring up this such an organization?
So the organization, actually, I'd say I started charity work from long time ago. While running the pharmacy, I noted that quite a lot of people would come with problems, and they would not be able to support themselves. Someone would come with hypertension, an elderly woman who really looks like she can't manage would come and ask for help, and maybe her medication is 300 bob, and she has like 50 bob. So I would help those small areas, but the main reason why I started my journey with the organization was a domestic manager I had. My sister makes a lot of fun about it, because she started mastering the story, but it's close to my heart. This domestic manager of mine stayed with me for 17 years. She had a daughter who had sickle cell disease, and they stayed in Amalemba. So many a times we'd have to rush all the way from Amalemba, go to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. 17 years ago, management and care of sickle cell and even just other ailments were not what it is now. There have been a lot of health interventions. I mean, there have been milestones. And you'd find we'd go bring her, get ourselves to casualty, and we don't really get any care. We're the same people who will have to give her blood. And with time, I took up her case. I started learning more about sickle cell. You know, the funny thing is, us medics, we learn the basics. Like I have done pharmacy. So for me, it's more about, okay, this is the condition, and these are the drugs that you can use, this is the right dosing, but you really don't go into depth to know what is this condition, how does one get it, how do you take care of it, how can you ensure that it is controlled in the community. So over time, I'd go and stay with her in the ward and get to interact with more and more sickle cell warriors. So I started with this one warrior. We still support her to date with all her medication. We'd make sure she has the right nutrition, make sure she has the dignity packs. Then over time, they became 5. And I sat and I told myself, you know, why don't I start an organization that aligns with what I want to do? So in our organization, the main thematic area is health. And under health, we cover sickle cell disease and other non-communicable diseases. We cover autism, we cover cerebral palsy, we cover HIV. HIV, we especially concentrate on the sex for fish trade. Now, this is very rampant in Nyanza. and the shores of Lake Victoria, because you find the young girls, and it's not just about the young girls, but women are exploited for, they have to trade themselves so that the fish means that they're able to get their upkeep for the day. So we have organized quite a number of medical camps addressing the two issues, sickle cell and the HIV aspect of sex for fish. And we have ensured we create awareness on sickle cell. We've created awareness on the sex for fish. We've created opportunities, social economic empowerment, which is our second thematic area. Our third thematic area is climate mitigation, where we do matters waste. And all these you'll find come together with the sickle cell warriors, because there are opportunities that help them to learn, to grow, and from the skills they learn from these various aspects, they're able to use it to ensure that they don't stay without food. At least they're able to sustain themselves. Then our fourth thematic area is inclusivity. Sickle cell was recently gazetted as, they were gazetted as people with disability. Our organization has 6 sickle cell warriors, and they've all suffered strokes. They have disability. One has been amputated, others have deformities, but that has not made Zuwi Afya seclude them. Because even in Parliament, it was recently gazetted that you have to have inclusion. In every workplace, you must have at least a certain percentage of people with disability. For us, it's inclusive. We do not bias whether you have sickle cell, whether you have whichever disability, albinism, name it. And even the LGBTQ community, we embrace them. You know that those groups that people, there's a lot of stigma because of who they are. But I tell people, we were all made in the same image of the Almighty. And why should we cast stone on people? Who made us God? Yeah. Embrace people, accept them, and try to see what you can do with them. I'll give an example of the LGBTQ. They have struggles getting medical care. They have struggles interacting with people. But people really need to understand who they are. Why did they decide to go that route? And don't judge them, but rather embrace them. So for me, Zuwi Afya came in to basically bring in, we have a synergy of all these 4 thematic areas, and they're very key in ensuring that for as long as you're well, you are able to embrace these areas here.
Now, I see you are so passionate about maybe helping the community. First of all, even before we go far with the conversation, where is your office located?
Our office is at the Youth Empowerment Center, next to Rotary. I would say we've been actively doing things in that space, but the last 3 months, we've had a big challenge. We've been vandalized, not just our offices, but also the Youth Empowerment Center. And we've tried to work with the police to see what is happening. And apparently, the robberies are happening through the youth. So as an organization, we're trying to see what can we do what can we do with the youth. They need to be empowered. You find that it's more of a slum area. So more of the boys and the girls who are robbing the places, they're doing very, very petty robberies. You know, how does somebody come and just pluck off sockets? You know, frustrating you. And this is a place where you are able to learn and get empowered and grow yourselves. So we're trying to talk to the youth and educate them what you need to do to be self-reliant, so that you don't depend on robberies and this small vandalism. But that has not stopped us from using the office. Our offices are there. We also work very closely with my pharmacy, Zuwi's pharmacy at Alimran Plaza, because the warriors and the people in the community that we've partnered with, they're able to come and get their medical attention from the pharmacy. Yeah, because we have qualified staff there. We are also accredited as a pharmacy. We give family planning services, short term. We also give antiretroviral therapy through a program with the government. So basically, you're able to get your medical attention from the pharmacy. Yeah, so it works very closely. Both the pharmacy and the CBO, we work very closely. And one thing I would love everybody, the viewers, to know is the pharmacy has done so much for the CBO. It's actually what has kept the CBO afloat, because we've never gotten grants. The few grants we've gotten, which is from Agios Pharmaceuticals, which is an international organization, they have supported our initiatives, especially in the community, the medical camps. Yeah.
Now that means you also have partnership with the outside world.
Yes, we do. Yes.
They offer assistance to your organization.
Yes, they have supported us financially so that we have been able to go outside and talk to the community members, do a lot of advocacy, create awareness, do sickle cell screening especially, because Nyanza is heavily hit with sickle cell. And despite recently they introduced the newborn screening, which is compulsory at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. That has been a milestone. But you see, one thing that is still a big challenge is the mashinani. They do not have information. They don't know about sickle cell. Yesterday I got a girl from Maseno. She heard about our organization. And being that she's in the university, they don't even have information about sickle cell. And as a result, she invited us to the university so that we could at least give them education. And apart from that, we also push for blood drives so that we are able to get enough blood for the sickle cell warriors and the community at large. Yeah.
Now maybe let me get you back to Sex for Fish. That is rampant maybe in the Nyanza region and also in the Homa Bay, generally Nyanza region.
Yes.
Now how are you working closely with the people within the Lake region so that at least you make sure that this issue of sex for fish is reduced, because it is one of the things that are used to spread HIV infections.
Yes.
How do you want to people work with these people so that it is a bit reduced and also they get informed?
Okay, the first thing that we do very closely with the community, especially in the lake region, the water bodies, we educate them about HIV. Because this is information, there's a lot of inheritance, someone dies, they have these myths and beliefs that it is basically witchcraft. You start with education. You have to be well so that you're able to get empowered. So we educate them on the sex for fish trade. We let the women know that you don't have to sell yourselves. There are opportunities. There are groups that actually support them. They educate them. They fund them. One of I want to really applaud the Women's Rep Office. We've worked very closely with her. And they've been able to give them education. They've been able to do financial literacy. They've been able to support them with equipment so that the women are able to get empowered and do things on their own. So that they know they don't have to. They've even been donated for boats. They've made for them the cages for collecting fish. So don't really need to depend on a man. You don't have to sell yourself and your daughters so that you get fish. And fish does not mean fish per se. You sell your body so that you're given money. The sex for fish trade is just a term. And we have ensured at least every 2-3 months we are at the shores of Lake Victoria. We are doing the free medical camps. We are talking to the women. And we go there with various people from whether it is the banks that we bank with, and we give them the financial literacy. They're able to get the opportunities that they can get so that the women have their own money. They're empowered and they don't get to get abused. Yes, and that is not just for the women. Even the men have challenges. As you know, last month was mental health awareness month for the men. And when you get to hear their stories, they're also challenged. So it's basically both-sided. Yeah. But the main thing that we have ensured is they get the information and they get the financial literacy training and opportunities. Yeah. There are quite a number of organizations that can give them those platforms for them to be empowered. Yeah.
Now, apart from maybe your pharmacy, because you said you have one that you're working close with, do you have a facility probably that also can probably, after identifying some women or maybe men who are going through all this, can be taken care of in the facility, or maybe can be monitored, or maybe after you've identified 1 or 2 people, they can keep going to the facilities for medication, something like that, maybe for drugs?
So one uniqueness about my pharmacy, it's not just like any other pharmacy. We are more like a clinic, and we hope, God willing, to transition it into a clinic, because we're getting more and more demands of cases, especially for sickle cell. The pharmacy is, we have a medical officer, we have a lab, we have physio, we have the pharmacy itself. You're able to get services. And we also work very closely with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. We work with the KCRH, the district hospital. anytime we get challenges and we cannot manage the condition of outpatient through our facility, we network them with the various, we send them to the various facilities. But of course, we also work very closely with Universal CBO. They work a lot with the amputees. We work with Holistic Hub. They work more with children with cerebral palsy. We work with Heart to Heart Foundation. They also work on providing the devices for those who have challenges. We work with TINADA on matters mental health and access to also medical care. We work with Avenue Hospital, where I worked for 12 years. So they've been very receptive. We are able to support the community members with whatever challenges they get. Yes, we do work with other partners, just to mention a few, so that they do not go without care. Yes.
Now, maybe since you began your foundation or maybe your organization, have you ever had a case that sometimes you felt defeated?
Yes, and especially with the sickle cell warriors. You know, as I mentioned earlier, we do not have funds. We've been going out there and asking for grants, but the drugs for sickle cell are not cheap. You'll find a proper dosage for a sickle cell warrior: hydroxyurea, folic acid, proguanil. They need painkillers. We give them multivitamins. That's almost like 7,000. Currently, we have almost 1,400 sickle cell warriors, depending on us, countrywide. And more keep. Recently, I was in Seme. We are about to onboard more. And you see, for our organization, we have a revolving fund of as little as 500 bob. This was brought on board by our warriors in the organization. They felt it was really a heavy burden for me to take up all these warriors and just give them medication for free. We normally go to friends, we do local resource mobilization, and I want to applaud my friends, my family. They've really been supportive. But you know, when you keep going back, watu wanakuuliza, tena wewe, you're back here again. People are tired. Even where I bank, they're like, no, Lily, we can't help you anymore. So it is getting very draining. And that's why we'd love to set up a clinic so that we are able to sustain ourselves, where we are able to have our own resources. You know, the money turns around. And the biggest challenge is you find the warriors, we have a support group, and the warriors feel like, I need to do more than just giving them drugs. People want financial support. People want me to give them jobs. And I'm not able to do that because I don't have that capability. I don't have the resources. But all in all, it hasn't deterred me from supporting them. I work very closely with Victoria Annex. They have been amazing. The team, Dr. Julie, Dr. Witi, Nancy, Dr. Naswaka. Once we have done what we can do as Zuwi Afya CBO and Zuwi's pharmacy through the outpatient care, we refer the patients there. And it has been a very seamless relationship. But you still find you have to have SHA. Zuwi Afya has tried to fill the gap through organizations like Peperusha Binti, where we've been able to pay for some of the sickle cell warriors their SHA. Because without SHA, you can't get access to it. So Zuwi Afya is hoping to fill this gap, this challenge that we have. Once we set up the clinic and ensure we have SHA there, then the resources that we have, we are able to ensure every warrior, everybody in the community has SHA. At least those resources can go there, and they are able to get the access in our facility so that they are able to get access to medical care. And of course, we still have referral pathways where what we can do there, we refer them to the various facilities. Right. Yes.
I want us to take a very short commercial break. Yes. And just before that, this is a question that you are going to answer immediately after we come back. How you take care of your mental health, because you deal with a lot. Yes. And you also see a lot in the field. Yes. Or maybe your area of work.
Yes.
I would like to know how you deal with your own mental health.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And dear viewer, we are taking a quick short break, and we are coming back with that question that Madam Lily Kasambeli is going to answer, and with many more. Just stay tuned.
Thank you.
Be in gi lek mar bedo jafwambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui? Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fwambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fwambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafwambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa cityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve.
Usually.
Okay, we are back. Okay. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. If in case you are joining us just right now, we are having our guest in studio, that is Lily Kasembeli, who is the founder of Zuwi, Afya, CBO. And before we went for the short commercial break, I asked Madam if how you take care of your mental health, because now let's talk mental health, youth, and also women, because mental health has become a growing concern. And I would like to know how, now that you are dealing with all these things that people also are depending on you for help, how do you take care of your mental health?
Thank you. One thing I would say, my mental health has really been challenged. But God has blessed me with a team, family members who have done so much for me. Actually, it really brings me to tears. I have a sister who, she has been, I'd say, my pillar. She's called Lydia Mbaya. Lydia is a young widow. And despite that, we're only two sisters. And she's my best friend. She's my prayer partner. She has kept me sane. She tells me when it's too much, when it is enough, and when I can do it. For me, you know, when people come to me, I don't even think twice. I just go ahead and do it. I tell God, I guide me. This battle, I leave it for you. But my sister has really prayed for me. And I have been fought. I have had friends I've held dearly who have, you know, I really don't know. I wish God could give me wisdom. And that's why when I started, I said, don't have the spirit of discernment, because I meet people, I love them, and they end up hurting me. My children, I have two boys, and they tell me, you know what, Mom, you really love people even more than us. You bring them into your space, and then they really hurt you, and it's just us you come back to. So my sister has really been, she's really helped me with that, and I really want to thank her. Another person that I want to thank is a daughter I adopted. She's called Esther Nicole. Nicole she tells me the truth. She's a Gen Z. I don't have a daughter. I call her my daughter. There's her, there's Celine. These two children have been amazing. They have filled the gap where God didn't give me a girl, but they have been the girls that I've really wanted to be with. Nicole is very protective of me. People don't just come close to me. She's a small girl, small-bodied, but they call her small and mighty. She attacks people. When you feel like, you know, when I do something and people feel like it's not enough, she tells them, do you know how much my mom does for you guys? I want to applaud. Those are the people who've kept my mental health in check. And then the 6 warriors in my organization. 4, I want to really applaud them. Number 1 is Michelle Omulo. Michelle is a big advocate for sickle cell. She's patient 001, who was recently done for the red blood cell exchange, the first. And she has guided me on how to work with the warriors. She helps me a lot when they overwhelm me. And she's been amazing. The second one is Nancy. Nancy Waliaula works at Victoria Annex. We've worked very closely. We fought battles with her. Our mental health have really been challenged. But it has kept us closer. And we have made sure that warriors and anyone who's unwell in the community goes well. Another person I want to applaud is Cornell. Cornell is an amputated sickle cell warrior. That boy has given me, he's made my mental health, you know, get back to its proper state. I look at him and all the challenges he faces. He's an orphan. He has nothing. We support him from his basic needs to his medication to his day-to-day upkeep. That boy told me, you know, Mom, regardless of me being challenged like this. He has a very bad wound on his other leg. And we walk that journey with him, and I tell him, you know what, we shall fight sickle cell one day. That boy has kept me sane. Anytime I feel like, it's enough, I remember there is Cornell, and they need me. Another warrior is Jemima. Jemima has suffered. She was recently kept in hospital for over 3 months at Kisumu Specialist. Luckily, through Veronica Bita and myself, we were able to get out of hospital. And despite the challenges, she was a teacher, but because of her frequent sickle cell crisis and challenges, she no longer is teaching. She desires to do nursing. But you know, she tells me, Mom, don't look at my challenges. You've been there for us. You've given us hope, and that's what matters. The last one is Meshach. I applaud all the warriors. One or another, there are those warriors who tell me, Mom, we still need you. Don't break down. Meshach loves me. He'll just call me on a random day. He calls me every day and tells me, you know what, Mom, I love you, and I love what you're doing for us. I mean, what other way do you need your mental health in check than the love surrounded by people? And of course, my children, my spouse, and the people around me. But I would say I have cried severally. I would love to do a lot. I am challenged financially. Sometimes I sit down and see their organizations. I wouldn't say it's jealousy, but I would say I feel like, why? We work so hard, we do so much, and I really wish people, viewers, as you listen to this, support the groups that really do things for the community. It's not about who you know, but who is doing things for the community. Because we work so hard for the sickle cell warriors, and we don't have those grants. Then you get to hear a certain organization that's practically doing nothing on sickle cell, getting like 10 million grants. And maybe you just need 5 million to set up a facility that will help somebody who is in your space. These very people who mnajuana now, wako na watu na sickle cell, and they're among the 1,400 you're supporting. But they'll not help you because they feel that you'll be better than them. For me, the organization does not give me anything. Recently, I was talking to someone who networks people to funding, and she told me, you know, Lily, you're doing too much. Choose, do you want to be an implementer, or you want to enjoy what the CBO does for you? So I'd say mental health is so key. I have cried, but I leave it all to the Lord, because I'm surrounded by people who remind me that they need me, and that has kept me in check. Yes.
Now, all this that is happening now around your life, now what do you think, or what motivates you to keep pushing? That's the times you feel that you can never give up on helping, and also on making sure that your organization is on check.
My children. Oh, they give me the push. And I would say the provision that I've had this far, I just say it comes from above. And you only get blessings through doing good. So for me, my push comes from the 6 I've mentioned. Nicole, my sister, my spouse, my friends, the real friends who tell me, you know what, Lily, you're doing an amazing job. My colleagues in the pharmacy space. People are wowed with what I'm doing, and it really gives me the push. But majorly, especially my firstborn son, Yusuf. Oh, he calls me and tells me, Mom, I'm so proud of you. What you're doing. My siblings, they can't believe I'm actually doing this with almost no resources. Yeah.
Now, why do you think many people are still afraid to speak up, probably when they are mentally ill, or maybe when they are going through something? Why do you think that one happens?
It's majorly because of stigma. Most people do not want to speak up because they feel like people will judge me. They will say, you know, maybe you're living a very flashy life and yet you're not even happy. So when you sit down and talk to your friends or you talk to people always judge you. They'll be like, but you ride a GLE. Why? How are you having mental health problems? You know, money is not everything.
Yeah, true.
Most of the people who have money are not even happy. You'll find that sickle cell warrior who's struggling at home is even more happier. So the main issue here is stigma. And for us, we normally tell guys, usiogope, hata kama uko na pesa ngapi, and you're challenged, come, we will support you. We have a mental health therapist, I at least get 2 sessions per month. It also helps me to stay sane, because it's also very important to talk to someone who doesn't know you and just talk, cry, you know, let it out. And they are experts. They are able to tell you it is going to be okay. Yeah.
Now, what are some of the signs that probably families, like you say, your family, what are some of the signs that probably they should watch for when probably you're struggling emotionally, and not even you, probably some other people? What are some of the signs that they should watch for when probably someone or a family member is struggling emotionally?
For someone, when they're really struggling, you'll notice they're withdrawn. Like myself, actually, my sister is normally the first person. She'll realize she's talking to me and I answer her. You know, I'm not that, I'm a bubbly person. So they'll realize that I'm withdrawn. You talk to me, unaniambia sasa fit. You know, I don't continue the conversation. A withdrawn person, there's something going on. For other people, it will be overexerting on something. You find them either washing too much, they're putting concentration on something, and that is not their normal behavior. There you need to tell yourself something is happening. Another thing that would actually be alarming is being over happy. You know, this year's being happy is a beautiful thing, but you get this person is over celebrating, they're overdoing things beyond what they normally do. That is already an alarming thing, and you need to address it. Yeah.
Now, what are some of these things that maybe can we do, or maybe something that can reduce stigma? Because we've talked about stigma that is affecting most of us, that is affecting most of the affected, or the those who are probably going through these challenges, and stigma is one of them. How can we reduce stigma so that at least they can speak up when they are facing challenges? Yes.
I'd go with the rich person. We need to understand that money is not everything. When you see this rich person being withdrawn, being, you know, sometimes watu wanaona mtu anachapa sherehe sana. You're seeing this person overspending. You know, there's a level of mental health there, because they're overspending. It's like they're trying to buy this joy. They're trying to fix something through spoiling you. But in reality, there's something that's bothering them. For me, when I have friends who do that, I'll call them aside. I'll be the one taking you for lunch, regardless of how much money or your stature. I'll take you for lunch. Let's have a discussion. Let's go to Lepal, sit down, have fish, and tell me what's happening. You know, when you have a conversation, when they see that you're listening and not taking from them, someone is very easy to open up. And you will see the gap. And that's why you find more and more people who have money are committing suicide, because people are not listening to them. Watu wamezoea, they give you, but you are not giving back to them. And giving back to them, hata kitu kidogo mpeleke kibanda. And you'll be surprised at how they open up and tell you that problem that they're trying to buy it off, that nobody's addressing here. It's about do the opposite of what they're doing. And that way you'll be able to really give a lot of support here.
Now let us shift attention kidogo. Now, what has been your greatest challenge running the Zuwi, the Zuwi Afya Center or Afya CBO or organization?
My greatest challenge has been finances. But as I have said, it hasn't deterred me from providing the medication for the warriors. Trust you me, I will dig whatever hole, I will go to whatever lengths to ensure the warriors don't lack money, they don't lack the drugs. But it's left me very deep in, I would call it debt, but I call it good debt, because God has always managed to help me. It's made me struggle. I have made my business a bit shaky in the process of supporting my CBO, and that's why I go out there and I really speak with all my heart, asking for whoever can hold my hand. Let's do this for the warriors, because there's so much blessings in helping those who do not have. So the funds have been my greatest challenge. And I believe I just need a push, just some little support. With the clinic, I don't think I'll even need to go back asking for more grants, because from there, trust you me, I'll take it off and I'll be back here to tell you about the success story. And on top of that, this clinic, already as we're speaking, I have employed the very same warriors that I'm supporting. For me, it's not about creating a clinic and bringing employment from other people. No, these warriors have skills. They've gone to school, they're smart. Cornell is an IT expert. If I set up the clinic, he's going to be a health record. And in the process as they're working, they do their various courses in the evening and at least get the right papers. I have Karen, she's a sickle cell warrior. She's our lab technologist. You know, there's Felix. Felix is a warrior who recently graduated from the Polytechnic. He's very good, he's done research. This boy is so interested in ensuring he does the screening for the warriors when anybody, and he's not done any lab course, but he's very keen. You'll see him very closely working with the lab guys. He wants to know how to check for malaria. You know, they have interest. So the very same warriors are the ones I'm embracing them in our facility. And what better way than another warrior coming to find a fellow warrior taking care of them. Yeah. So for me, it's just the resources. Yeah.
Now, speaking of a success story, now do you have one success story currently that probably can remind you that really this work that you're doing matters?
I would say our recent trip to Kilifi. That was a big success, and the success came from our previous events. We have done medical camps, we've done conferences to bring together medical practitioners, the warriors, the caregivers, the experts in sickle cell. You know, we brought them together so that they could hear the voice of the warriors. Where are the gaps? Because the warriors are complaining. So from this, we got to be noticed by the senator of Kilifi. And at the same time, we were actually invited for a totally different activity through another friend. And when we went there to just give them a nutritional flour that we make, the senator, I sat them down and I was telling them about sickle cell. And I got to realize that he had a nephew who had sickle cell. So I started explaining to them, have you guys been screened? Do you know more about sickle cell? Nini. And in our safari, we decided to visit warriors in Kilifi because that's what I do. Wherever I go, whether I go to Nairobi, despite it not being my region of focus, I still visit the warriors. Remember I told you we have 1,400 of them, the whole country. So that doesn't limit me to just Nyanza. We went to Kilifi, I visited the warriors. We have one warrior from Msambweni who lost one of her. She had a challenge, she has a very bad wound and she was struggling in hospital, the HB of 3. She needed blood. Because of the MOU we have with the blood bank, all we needed to do was just make a call and blood was availed to her, 3 good pints, and they were wow, they're like, we've been in hospital for 3 days and you've all the way from Kisumu. And there we got invited to come and do a medical camp there. So during International Sickle Cell Day on the 19th of June, we went and did an outreach in Mtwapa. And let me tell you, the people were happy. It was a free medical camp. We had sickle cell screening. The MOH in Kilifi are amazing. The team from Africa Sickle Cell Federation, Leah and her team are amazing. Sickle Cell Federation of Kenya, Nick, they were amazing. Let me tell you, we had such an impactful event. And we served almost 500 people. And you know, this was just something just planned, a small thing. The next day, we were asked to go to Magarini. I've never seen any activity at the beach. Our activity was on the Mambrui sand dunes. And let me tell you, we served over another 500 people. There we got to see the gaps, the HIV. Everybody was asking us about lenacapavir, sickle cell disease. Everybody believes there it is witchcraft, nani ugonjwa wa mama. So we talked to them about the myths, the beliefs. We did screening for the community members. We ensured everybody was screened. We got new cases, linked them to care. And for me, that was a success story. Why? They called us back. They've offered us a space to set up our offices there. They've been so receptive. What do you call success apart from that? The people of Kilifi and Mambrui loved us. And the senator was happy. We represented him well. He gave us some support. And for me, that is satisfaction. Yes.
Now, what do you think? Probably right now, let's say if resources were unlimited, what will be your first priority?
My first priority would be set up a clinic. My dream and desire based on resources, is to set up a sickle cell facility, a facility for non-communicable diseases, where you're able to get access to medication, you're able to get proper care, and of course, together with the MOH and the county government, we would love to set up a facility, a stem cell facility, so that we solve the problem of sickle cell once and for all. Yes.
Probably there's some people outside there, viewers that are watching, that would like to partner with the organization.
Yes.
First of all, do you accept partnership?
Oh yes, we do. We accept partnerships. We have quite a lot of people. Most people are referred to us, and I believe that is through our various partners, those who have children with sickle cell, those who know someone who has sickle cell, and not just sickle cell. There's HIV, there's cerebral palsy, there's autism. Yeah, you can partner with us. Yes.
Now, probably if there are people like that outside there, how can they find, or how can they reach you?
You can find us at the pharmacy at Alimran Plaza. It's on the ground floor, the third shop on your right, right immediately after Optica. Pharmacy is called Zuwi's Pharmacy. I am mostly there. Then we have our organization offices at the Youth Empowerment Center. I mentioned we are challenged right now because we were vandalized, but that has not stopped us from going to the facility. It's at the Youth Empowerment Center next to Rotary. So you can also reach me on my personal number, 0799 504 897. I'll repeat, 0799 504 897. You can also visit our website, Zuwi Afya CBO, and also our various social media handles, where you can get all the information on how you can partner with us. Yes.
Now, before we go to the quick round, quick fire round, maybe where do you see this organization probably in the next 5 years, and probably if there are other projects coming up that people should expect?
In the next 5 years, we hope to go international. We've been invited, Nigeria, Rwanda, of course, the coast. I know people asking themselves, why is she so focused on the coast? I am married there, so I'm also giving back to the community, to my people. And but majorly, my focus will be here in Kisumu, because this is where the sickle cell warriors are my family. In fact, funny thing is, when I was in Kilifi, they kept calling me and telling me, Mom, you've left us. You've stopped. You don't care about us anymore. You're leaving us. They thought I've relocated because I was there for quite a long time. But Kisumu will always be close to my heart. Yeah.
Now, even as we wind up, now quick fire round. Maybe you will just answer this in one statement, or maybe a sentence.
Yes.
Now, the first one is health is?
Health is everything.
Health is everything. Leadership is?
Leadership is the prime goal.
Now, the biggest misconception about community health is?
The biggest misconception that you cannot get the support you need. Yes.
Now, one habit every family should adopt?
To love one another, embrace each other for who they are and what they bring to the table. Yes.
One message to Kenyan youths?
Peer pressure. Drugs are not a solution. Don't cheat each other. Don't lie to each other. Be who you are. Choose what you want to do. Be smart. And above all, clock it.
Now, your greatest source of inspiration?
My source of inspiration are the warriors. They have been through hell. But regardless of that, they have told themselves that we are going to live beyond sickle cell. They are going to fight it. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Lily, for joining the show this morning. And this has been a very great discussion, and I hope it has impacted dear viewers, and also me. I've gotten something home. Yes. And maybe one final message you'd like maybe the viewer to remember, even as we wind up.
One thing I want the viewers to remember is, do you know your sickle cell status? Do you know how you can get sickle cell? And just a brief about sickle cell that I should have mentioned from the beginning. Sickle cell is gotten from both parents. It is not a mother's disease, it's not a father's disease. For you to have sickle cell, both the mother and the father, carry that trait. It is a genetic disorder. It is not witchcraft. If you want to know your status, you can come to Zuwi's pharmacy. We will screen you and guide you on the right ways of how to manage and how to live a healthy life with sickle cell. And above all, you are loved, you are cherished. Don't forget, you are made in the same image of the Almighty, and nobody can change that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And to our viewer, remember that your health is your biggest wealth. If in case you are looking for, or maybe you have been struggling with challenges that we've talked about with Madam Lily, you can reach out because she's left her details behind. You can reach out anytime so that you can find assistance. And to those of us who still struggling with mental health and everything, you can also still find health, and you can also be well as you were before. Make sure you stay safe and also you stay informed. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Madam, for joining us in the show.
Yes.
I hope to invite you back again, so that at least we can also get to enlighten viewers on what is happening around the communities, and also continue doing the good job that you're doing. I know we'll be behind you, will support, and also the community at large will also support. Dear viewer, we are taking a quick short break. Even as we release our guest, we are coming back for the final leg. Don't go away.
Thank you.